Good morning, students. In the last lecture, I have been explaining about the eye center method in reciprocating engine mechanism, right? Today, we will move to a very fresh topic, and that is called as simple harmonic motion. What do you mean by a simple harmonic motion? This is actually a periodic motion. Any motion, that means it's a periodic motion, right? Simple harmonic motion is always periodic, but all periodic motions are not simple harmonic. So any motion which repeats after equal interval of time is called a periodic motion. That you know. Any motion which repeats, that means the second string of a clock, that can be a periodic motion. It repeats regularly. Okay. So for a periodic motion to be simple harmonic, it should satisfy two conditions. Acceleration of body or particle performing periodic motion should be proportional to a distance of the body of particle from a fixed point called center of simple harmonic motion. Okay, so acceleration should be proportional to a distance of the body of particle from fixed point. That means simple harmonic motion, if you consider a spring, if you stretch it, it will oscillate like this with respect to its starting position, that means the equilibrium position. Okay, so the acceleration is proportional to distance. So if you pull a spring, this is mass in the spring. Okay, this is the initial position. Now if you pull this spring, right, so more the distance, it will observe a restoring force more, right? Okay, so that is acceleration is directly proportional to the fixed distance from fixed position or the equilibrium. This was the initial position. You pull it from here. More you pull, more it will accelerate towards this side, towards the fixed position. Okay, so acceleration of body or particle should always be directed towards the mean position. Okay, always the acceleration will be directed towards the mean position. This is somewhat similar to, you can again, if you take the case of a pendulum, this will be the mean position, that means this is the equilibrium position, and if some work is done to lift this will again accelerate towards its mean position, right? It will go like this, and again it will be having an acceleration towards its mean position. Okay, so example is motion of a pendulum, motion of spring, right? In both examples, that of pendulum as well as spring, they oscillates in a specific manner to attain its equilibrium position, right? When we pull the pendulum in either direction, it tries to get back to its initial equilibrium position, right? If you pull the equilibrium either in this direction or in this direction, it have a tendency to get back to its equilibrium position, right, when applied force is released. Okay, similarly, if you pull a spring, it always tries to move back and attain its equilibrium position. Similarly, if you push a spring, it changes towards front side to attain equilibrium. Okay, so in general, SHM is associated with a restoring force, right? That means if you pull a spring, this will get back to its equilibrium position by applying a force which is opposite to the applied force. Okay, that is called as restoring force towards the equilibrium position or mean position, and its magnitude is directly proportional to displacement from equilibrium position. Okay, so there are some common terms used in simple harmonic motion. First one is amplitude. It is the distance between extreme and mean position of the particle. If this is a pendulum, and if I am taking this pendulum up to this point, so its amplitude is distance between extreme, this is the extreme position, and mean position. If you draw a graph, it says sine wave, so maximum point is this one, okay, and equilibrium position is this one. So the distance between that is called as amplitude, right? And in case of a spring, this is the equilibrium position. If I am pulling this up to here, this is the maximum position, the distance from maximum position to the equilibrium position. This is called as amplitude, right? Now oscillation, it is a motion of projection of particle along diameter, right? It's the motion. Okay. When a body moves from B to A and then A to B, it completes one oscillation. In case here, this is one oscillation. It moves from here and say this moves from A to B and then B to A and to the equilibrium position. It completes one oscillation, right? Period. It's the time taken for one oscillation. What is it? It is the time taken for one oscillation. Okay. So here, if you consider a particle is moving in this circle, okay, as shown in the figure, and it makes, and if the particle is at point P, it makes a point horizontally at M and vertically at M dash. Okay, it is moving in an angular velocity of omega, right? So velocity is nothing but displacement by time. Okay, here this is angular velocity, and angularly it is displaced theta by time. So theta is equal to omega t. So this is theta is omega into t. So for one oscillation, t is equal to tp, theta is equal to 2p. That means this will be one oscillation. So tp will be this one, and theta, that means the total theta will be 360 degree. That is, in terms of radian, it is 2 pi. So 2 pi is equal to omega tp. Tp is equal to 2 pi by omega. Also, you have one more term, frequency, omega is equal to 2 pi f. Okay. So displacement of M from mean position, that means this is the mean position. So displacement is OMS x, which is nothing but OP cos theta, right? That is, x is equal to R cos omega t. Very, very important equation. So the moment of the particle in x from mean position is x is equal to R cos omega t. Similarly, velocity of M is dx by dt, right? See, if it is moving like this, rectilinear motion, dx by dt, which is nothing but dx is in differentiated with respect to t, minus r omega sin omega t. Negative because when time increases, x is decreasing. Okay, that is the concept for this negative sign, simple. Okay, so this magnitude will be v is equal to r. We are not considering the negative, but in general there is negative sign, so we are only considering its magnitude. Okay, so v is equal to r sin omega t into omega. It becomes r omega sin theta. Omega t is nothing but theta. Okay, so sin theta is pm by op. Here sin theta is pm by op. Okay, you know pm is, see, you know sin theta here, so you are substituting here r omega into sin theta, then velocity will become r omega into sin theta is pm by op, r omega into root of r square minus x square by r. So v will be omega into root of r square minus x square, right? Similarly, if you want to know acceleration is dv by dt, d by dt of r omega, velocity is here r omega sin omega t. You are taking this equation. Okay, then acceleration is minus r omega square cos omega t. A is equal to minus omega square into r cos omega t. X is equal to r cos omega t. See, this is x, so acceleration is nothing but minus omega square into x. I hope these things you might have learned from your physics and also from your plus one topics. You might have a small idea of this. Okay, now let m dash be the projection of particle on vertical diameter CD. That means if this already told that this is the vertical diameter. Okay, so displacement of m dash from mean position is x is equal to op sin theta, right? X is equal to op sin theta, right? X is equal to r sin omega t. You differentiate it, you will get, so just do differentiation, you will get omega into the same thing, v is equal to omega into r square minus x square, right? And acceleration is same. So here, in case here we have taken from, in the first case x is r cos omega t, and here x is r sin omega t. So that is the main difference. Okay, whether it is from mean position as well as from extreme position. So that has to be very important. Okay, but velocities remains the same. Velocity here it's omega into r square minus x square. Here also omega into r square minus x square. Here it is acceleration is minus omega square x. Here also acceleration is minus omega square x. So please keep that in mind. So I will summarize it. So here displacement when measured from mean position, x is r sin omega t. When it is from extreme position, x is equal to r cos omega t. Okay, fine. So displacement when it is measured from, see, if this is a pendulum and I need to know the displacement at this point, so I can measure it from mean position as well as from extreme position. If this is extreme position, this is mean position, I can measure it from here as well as from here. So if I am measuring it from mean position, x is equal to r sin omega t, and from extreme position, x is equal to r cos omega t. So both cases v is omega into r square root of r square minus x square, and acceleration is minus omega square x. Okay, the maximum velocity will be at x is equal to 0. That means mean position. Substituting this formula, r square minus x square, x is 0, you get v max is r omega, and acceleration is maximum at x is equal to r, maximum radius. So a max is equal to minus omega square r. And at extreme position, v is equal to 0, and at mean position, acceleration is 0. Okay, I hope you got this. These are all simple logics. Okay, thank you. Go through this. This is very important, and next class we will do the problems regarding this.